Well, the Crown Prince has long been isolated, but President Trump is welcoming him here with open arms, even praising his human rights records. Trump welcoming Mohammed bin Salman to the White House for the first time in 7 years, with a parade of horses, a military flyover, and a personal tour, pulling out all the stops. It's a remarkable comeback for the Crown Prince. In 2018, the CIA under Donald Trump determined bin Salman orchestrated the gruesome murder of Saudi dissident and Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
Donald Trump hosted, this was the whole thing. Do you remember the Mamdani, all these right-wing guys are like, how dare he take a picture with an imam? Has he forgotten the lessons in 9/11? One guy came after me. Has Jon Stewart, he's talking pleasantly with Mamdani. This is a guy, has he forgotten 9/11? First of all, you to the highest order of you that you can be. Don't you ever ask me about that, you. And second of all, your guy hosted a live golf tournament in the shadow of the towers with the Saudis and palled around with them. So again, let me repeat myself. Yahoo!
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And do you know what's hard, damn near impossible, for a raging egomaniac to do? The hardest thing for these toothless morons to do is admit the possibility of ever being wrong about anything.
And so for any of those right-wing guys that want to go out there and criticize the associations between, anybody that would even talk to Mamdani, because clearly, he's so out there with his points of view. Look in the mirror, face.
They are incapable of being honest with themselves and others. They believe in outlets like Fox because they're too lazy or too lost to do even the most basic research. It's the blind leading the blind, and somehow those clowns are dragging the rest of us into their self-inflicted carnival of nonsense. So when Jon Stewart unloaded on this undereducated MAGA moron spewing hate, telling him to look in the mirror, F-face, it hit dead center, because he wasn't just unloading on that one guy. He was throwing that same challenge directly at Trump's entire army of undereducated grievance junkies, the red cap wearing bootlickers who genuinely believe Trump was hand-delivered by divine shipping, signature required.
I'm very proud of the job he's done. What he's done is incredible in terms of human rights and everything else.
Trump has been eager to deepen ties with Saudi Arabia, ties that could potentially benefit his family's business. The Trump Organization already has multiple projects in Saudi Arabia, including Trump Towers in Jeddah and Riyadh, and a Trump Plaza in the works.
And also, getting handsy with him and grabbing him and playing by the knee, and giving him a noogie and holding on to him and go hey, this Khashoggi guy, he was a real troublesome individual. No, he wasn't.
Just a journalist.
He was just a journalist who asked questions that were uncomfortable. And it's pretty clear that Trump wishes he lived in an environment where all the little piggies can be taken out.
And we all know the MAGA house of cards isn't held together by intelligent design or science or historical precedent. It's not supported by facts, logic, civics, or even basic reading comprehension. No, their entire worldview is jerry-rigged together with Facebook memes, AI-generated propaganda sites, half-translated chain emails, research found on TikTok, and Fox News conspiracy theories recycled more times than a motel bedspread. But all of that, the fake outrage, the 9/11 posturing, the CEO bootlicking, is nothing compared to what Donald Trump just did. Because while his cult is out here screaming about Mamdani, the new mayor of New York, here's what Donald Trump is actually defending: the indefensible. And this is where Jon Stewart's point becomes impossible to ignore. Donald Trump defends the Saudi prince over the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. Trump says, things happen. Things happen? Basically saying that billionaires can do whatever they want, and the rest of us just have to sit there and accept it, as if murder is an unfortunate scheduling conflict. Let me tell you something. There is a soundbite, an actual recording where you can literally hear them sawing on Khashoggi with a bone saw. You can hear him screaming while they were doing this. They murdered him. They lured him into an embassy, and when they got him in there, they attacked him, murdered him, cut his body into pieces, and smuggled him out of the country. And that was from the Saudi prince. And once again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Donald Trump will shrug and say, things happen, like he's talking about spilling ketchup on his tie. An American was murdered, a man married to an American citizen with children, and Donald Trump does not care, not one bit. And it makes a lot of sense that he would bring in the leader of Al-Qaeda, a man who has literally cut people's heads off and held them up like sick trophies. Donald Trump says, it's in the past. He claims, I fought against Al-Qaeda, as if he personally rappelled down from a helicopter instead of hiding behind a cheeseburger at Mar-a-Lago. Al-Qaeda killed Americans, and Donald Trump literally just entertained one of their leaders in the Oval Office. Talk about a slap in the face to Americans, a slap delivered with salt, vinegar, and a side of humiliation. And honestly, did we really expect anything else? In a world where disappointments under this guy have become routine, where every headline feels like a dare to top the last one, they've practically turned desensitization into a governing strategy. Watching him give MBS a playful noogie in the Oval Office like a man didn't greenlight the butchering of a journalist, watching him tell reporters, don't embarrass our guest, as if democracy is somehow being rude by asking questions, watching him light up around the same strongmen who jail, torture, silence, and disappear anyone who dares to question them. And Jon Stewart nailed it. Trump is happiest in the trappings of autocracy, not the responsibilities of democracy. He thrives around the Putins, the Orbans, the MBSs. That's his circle. That's his comfort zone. And let's be real, Trump fits in with them because that's who he wishes he could be. A man unrestrained by laws, accountability, ethics, or basic human decency. The only reason he isn't already ruling like them is because our Constitution keeps getting in the way. So yeah, none of this should surprise us. Not anymore, but it still lands like a punch to the gut because it shows yet again exactly who he is and who these people cheering for him really are. And after everything, the ego, the cult, the hypocrisy, the blood money, the dictators, the excuses, the selective outrage, the moral bankruptcy, we're right back at the beginning, at the simple truth Jon Stewart laid out for all of them. Look in the mirror, because the reflection staring back, that's the whole problem. And if they ever actually did it, really did it, they wouldn't see strength or patriotism or greatness. They'd see the grift. They'd see the gullibility. They'd see the cult. They'd see the clown show that they signed up for. And maybe, just maybe, they finally realize that the greatest threat to America is not immigrants or teachers or journalists or scientists. It's the people too proud and too scared to ever face the truth about themselves. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way. What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and thank you so much for watching. If you're into what we're doing here, hit that like button because it really helps. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to Rebel HQ and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. I've also got a playlist with all my videos, so feel free to dive in and catch up. And if you're over the corporate spin and want real people power news, hit that join button and be part of the movement. We could not do this without your support. Seriously, thank you. Stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll see you in the next one. And that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.